Yeah, today, good morning, everyone. Hope you are doing well. Hope you had a great night and good sleep, I can say. Yeah, today's topic is like how to handle pressure at work. So I want to add this topic for this morning. So coming to this topic, like how to handle pressure at work. Like we may have sometimes pressure and we don't have we may not have pressure at some time, but thing is like when you get pressure we may feel like we may feel like not to work, and we may feel like take break for some time. We feel like go to some place and have some relief, I can say. So but still we have work. If you don't go to work, then we are not going to get money and all these things. There are a lot of things, and it will affect our professional life also. So to handle these things we need to have some management skills and some good kind of strategies, I can say. Yeah, first thing is like we need to prioritize tasks which are important. So we may see like there will be many tasks that which we need to do for this week. For example, if we take like this week, we have many tasks, but still there will be some kind of tasks which we need to prioritize. So if we prioritize them and we need to put on our list, prioritize list, and if we do them, some we feel some kind of relaxation, like. And if we do tasks which are not like which and pressure comes in on the next day, like if you don't do those tasks which needs some which we need to do in a so the thing is like we need to prioritize our task, I can say. And next thing is like mm, we need to set our mindset. We need to set our minds in order to do this, like when you are doing when you are doing work, we need to take some small breaks. So yeah, we may do work for around like 8 hours or 9 hours without taking breaks sometime. Yeah, not all times, but sometimes. But in like even if you have like too much work, just take some small breaks and set a mindset that like even if you have too much work, I will take at least like 5 to 10 minutes to go outside and walk sometime and see enjoy nature. So there are few things which we need to um, do things and set mindset. Yeah. And next thing is like we need to communicate effectively to each and everyone, like uh, sometimes yesterday I was doing one task and I was in a need of uh, some help with someone. But I was thinking like if we ask help to someone, like what will I feel, what will they feel, like that I was thinking. But the thing is like when you don't take help from someone seriously, you might feel so much pressure. And um, you know seeking help from someone really helps to feel relief. And we may not feel pressure, and they might help like which they know. And yeah, definitely you need to take help from someone when you don't know something. So just go to them and ask them. And before asking them, you need to build your communication between someone. Like if I want to ask Sepide to some, like if I want to ask something to Sepide, then I need to have some connection between me and her. Like at least we might have met before, like to say hi or something like that. If you don't say hi, or at least just communicate with them, at least like how is work, or like say like how are you, like that. Just have some communication between people, so that you can, when you need help, you might go to them and ask them whatever you need. They might help if they know. Yeah. And you also need to set boundaries. The next thing is like you also need to set boundaries. Which means like we have to say sometimes no. yeah, like mm, what you can say. As a learner, like as a beginner, I want to learn few things. For these kind of things, we need to say every time yes to learn something. But yeah, we if we have too many works, and if you can't handle those things, and someone might give something to us, yeah, just say no to them, like politely, I can say. Not in a harsh way, like at least like yeah, you just need to request them. If some senior comes to you and they say to do some work, you just say them to know that okay, I have these kind of works, and I might be available tomorrow or day of tomorrow. You just explain them, so that they can understand you. And but if you accept them, accept the work, even if you have too much work, you and they'll expect you to do the work on the same day. So you might feel pressure, and you may not do the work, and that their expectation may not be reached, and they may feel yeah, there will be some misunderstanding between you and like that. So just say, sometimes if you have too much work, just say like no to them. Yeah, that's what. And the next thing is like, mm, uh, when you feel pressure, like, there kind of some strategies which you need to follow. We might not know those strategies, so just go to any professional where you can take help from them, or like go to some senior. Like, I want to mention this thing, like who has experience around like 2 3 years, like that. So they might have done many tasks under pressure, and they might have faced many things in these 2 years or 3 years, and if you go to them and ask them like how you're handling this task, and how you're um, prioritizing things that which you need to do. So they might suggest, like yesterday, like some uh, senior was suggesting something to me, like we need to write down things, and if we, like whatever it could be, we need to write down things, and we need to prioritize our list, and we need to make a list which we don't need to give any priority. So if we look them, and if you don't have any work, we can feel relaxed, right? So and like we may not have tension, like which some might need to we may not have tension about work if we write down things. But if you don't write down things, we'll feel pressure, like some, okay, we need to do some other tasks. Okay, I don't know, and we don't know which task to do that. So if you write down things, you will know like which tasks you need to do. So yeah, that's what you need to focus. You need to write down things. And mm, next thing I want to add, like we need to think positive. How much it could be, how much the situation is in a bad way. We just need to be in positive. We need to think in a positive way. Like even if you don't do work, you don't feel pressure. Like if you have genuine reason, just say to him, just say to them, like okay, because of this thing I didn't do this thing, so I didn't do this task. So you don't feel pressure. At least you have tried something, right? But if you can't do anything, then at least you can take help from senior on the next day. So don't feel pressure for everything, whatever you can't do. So just be positive, and mm, yeah, that's what I want to add. Just be positive for everything, and just build some strategies to handle this pressure, I can say. Yeah, that's what I want to add. And if someone wants to add something, please go ahead.
Hi everyone, good morning. Thank you to Sukesh for this topic. And yeah, I think having pressure and working under pressure is something inevitable when you're working, and cannot avoid it, because pressure is always part of working, I believe. And it's much more easier to talk about it, but rather than handle it and doing something about it. There are different things that you can do, but it's still hard. So I think first of all, you should remember that it's part of the job, and it's not going to happen always, because you can do some things to avoid the pressure and to not to go under pressure. Like something that we do under pressure, I think, is procrastinating. For me, it happens when I feel stressed, when I'm under pressure, when there, there are lots of different things that I have to do. I just, I think it's a defense mechanism, I can say, that you just procrastinate and just think that you will do it later. But I think what you can do for that is to prioritize and like have a priority list for yourself of the tasks that are you need to do, like faster and sooner. And I think prioritizing is really going to help you, and to just break down the tasks as small tasks with like smaller deadlines, I can say. Like you need to do something, you need to present a project or be done with a project in a particular deadline. But what you can do is to break down that into different tasks, small tasks, and give yourself deadline for those tasks. I think the important thing is to just have deadlines for yourself for anything you want to do. It's not just, okay, I have to do this, I will do this. And I think you are going to be lost because you have, some everyday tasks that they will come to you. Like for me, it's like that. There are some things that will come to you in a day, but there are some open tasks that you need to do like in a deadline. So you have to prioritize, because if you don't plan, you will be lost with the everyday tasks that are happens for you in a day, and you forget about that bigger task that you plan to do, like, and they have a deadline. So I think the most important thing is to plan, as we were saying, Sukesh. Planning is really good, and just to making the tasks easier for yourself by making them smaller. And the other thing is to I think, because we are working as a team, either in the accounting part or in a non-accounting part of Moracle, we are working as a team. So I think it's important to communicate with your team. And when you communicate effectively and everyone knows what they're supposed to do, it's not just one person under pressure, because it will be divided, and then no one is under pressure because everyone is doing a part, and it's helpful. And it won't happen unless you communicate with your team members. And sometimes you think that you can handle something, but in fact you cannot, and you are not able to, and you just need some help. You just need to talk to your team members, and just your life will be easier. And the key thing, I think, is to stay calm and don't lose control, don't lose focus. And because it happens for everyone, sometimes some periods are, busy periods in work, and they, but if you plan for it beforehand, it will be really helpful for you. Yeah, so that's what I think. Yes, avoid procrastinating. And yeah, that's the key thing I wanted to mention. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sepide. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, for like we need to mention that we need to plan, prioritize, and work. That's all we need to do. And if you don't know something, just seek help from people. And yeah, as Sepide mentioned, don't procrastinate. As you need to do works on time, there will be some kind of deadline. So you just need to do it on time, whatever it requires. Yeah, thank you, Sepide. Thank you so much. Yeah, Bukola, if you want to continue.
Yeah. Thank you. Good morning, Sukesh, and good morning, everyone. And thank you for this topic. handling pressure at work is really very important, because we can't just be working, and pressure is often part of work, and the way we deal with it matters, because you cannot take pressure away from work. We have to work, except you don't want to do something meaningful. And like Sepide mentioned, she said that you have to prioritize. You need to have a priority list to say, okay, these are the things I want to do, and then you have to stay calm. Yeah, thank you for that. So one approach that I believe can also help is, rather than saying the pressure from work, rather than seeing it as a burden, I think if we look at it from this perspective that, oh, why am I having pressure from work? Because somebody has entrusted me with something that is important to do. That means my work is valued. That means they expect something great from me. They have given me, an important task. That means my work is really valued. So if we kind of reframe that situation, that stress, the pressure we feel can actually be transformed into a motivation to say that, okay, I'm having this pressure because somebody expects something great from me. That means my work is really valued and I can offer something that is great. So it could be a motivation to helping us to do better, to, the approach we give to our work. So I think that's one approach. And as we are working, we are expected to do great things. It is very, very important that we practice self-care, yeah, because all the work you do, if you are not refueling yourself, like you are not taking care of the brain, of the body that is doing the work, one can easily get breakdown. So you can just ensure that you stay hydrated. Yeah. Like when I came to the UK, I discovered that a lot of people don't drink water. I don't know whether maybe it's because of the weather. I don't know. People don't drink water. So you really have to be intentional about it. And water is really good. There's a saying that says that water for life. So I think when we stay hydrated too, yeah, in our work, stay hydrated, we have enough sleep, and maintain a healthy work-life balance. This can also help. Thank you, Sukesh, for the opportunity. Yeah, that's my contribution. Thank you.
I think he's disconnected. So thank you, Bukola, for your contribution. If anyone else wants to go ahead and share.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. I don't know if we should wait for Sukesh or not, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, he's back.
yeah, he's back.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Bukola
I wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
No problem. Yeah, continue. Yes.
I'm sorry. Okay, so I just wanted to mention two things when it comes to handling the pressure at work. As other speakers mentioned, it is unavoidable to pressure at work is unavoidable, and all of us in some stages of our work have experienced pressure. I think one of the important things that we should consider is that how what we are capable of doing, how much work we can handle in a day, in a week, in a timeline, and I think it is really important to know ourselves capability. So in this case, we can handle the workload. We can measure the workload that we can handle. We can work in a way that our body, our mind can handle it. So I think it is really important that we understand how much work we can handle, how much we can do. I give you an example. Last year, I was working 2 jobs. I was working like 15 hours a day. When I started the second job, as I already had the first job, I told to myself that yes, I can handle it. I'm capable of handling 2 jobs. It's not a lot of pressure, but I was wrong. I was so wrong, because after a few weeks, I understood that no, this is not something I can handle, and I need to stop one of them. So I wasn't good in predicting myself, my behaviors and the workload that I can handle. So I think it is really important that how much we can do in a day, in a week, in a month. So it is really important. And the other thing that I wanted to mention, that Sapide mentioned as well, planning is really important, to have a to-do list, planners, and deadlines for ourselves. Sometimes there is no one is we don't have a mentor, no one is supervising us, but it is, I think, important to self-supervise yourself in a task that you want to do. Create a to-do list, have plans to do the things that you want to do. And it is really important. A lot of most of the time, actually having a plan, a step-by-step plan, help you to do the task more efficiently, because when you write things down, when you write the steps of a task that you want to do, it is, I think, easier to handle the task. And because in each step you know what to do, how much time you need, when is your deadline, so it will help you to do things with a special discipline. And I think it is really important to have plans, especially if you are a very busy person with different types of tasks in a day. So it is really important to have to-do list, plans, and follow them to actually don't, for you to not go under pressure and stress. So yeah, that was my opinion on the topic. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Sitaram. So yeah, as you mentioned, like pressure is like anyway, like what you can say, it's unavoidable. So we do get that, but the thing is like how you handle this matters. So like yeah, as you've mentioned, like we need to set realistic goals when we are planning something. If you set unrealistic things, so we may not achieve them, and we might feel a pressure, and we may not do tasks which are even doable also. So we really need to have a good planning, and we need to set realistic goals. Yeah, thank you, Sitara, for that. If anyone wants to contribute something, yeah, please.
Hi, Sukesh. Hi,
Yeah.
everyone. Yeah, thank you for this topic, Sukesh. Like I have not been in a situation like where I have to handle pressure at work, like as I'm have pressure right now. But yeah, like if I take my example, like during my study days, or like when I was studying for my ACC exams, like if you are giving more than one exam at the time, or you have something else going in your life, or like you can't focus totally on your study, or like under pressure, like especially near the exam days, when you have to revise your syllabus and do the mock test and keep revising until the day of exam. So in that situation, like I earlier I used to be like get anxious, or like fumble around when I'm like under pressure. Like I don't used to like perform well. Like I will get stressed out, or I will not perform my best when I am under pressure. So, but yeah, like over time, I have realized and like improved myself. Like how can I handle that pressure? Is like I try to not get anxious or like no overthink in that situation. Like when you are in under pressure, you are overthinking and you are always thinking on the negative side. Like this, if this won't go well, I will be like I will fail at this, or I will not perform well. So those kind of things really made to me like even made me more anxious. So yeah, like for that I started to calm to calm myself down in that situation. I used to do like breathing exercise, or like drink some water, and focusing just on my breathing. So that kind of thing, like it really helped me in like handling that pressure. And another thing which really helped me, or like the thing I picked, was like always focus. Like I always used to think like just focus on one thing at a time. Like you can do only one thing at a time anyways. So why it be like why start to like fumble, or like no just fumbling around the things and not getting anything done at all. So I think yeah, like that's the mantra I picked up, like just focus on one thing at one time. And like to calm yourself down under pressure, you can just like focus on your breathing exercises so that your mind is calm. And yeah, like another thing is like so that you won't be like getting anxious or like over fumbling the things. So yeah, that's how I try to handle pressure in my life. Yeah. Thank you, Sukesh.
Yeah, thank you, Ritika, for contributing for this topic. Yeah, as I mentioned, like we may think like what is gonna happen, like if you don't do this thing, and what will happen if you don't do that thing, and we might assume, like uh we might imagine the situation in the future like negatively, instead of thinking positively. So like these things hurts a lot to us, and we overthink sometimes, um we overthink like too much. We overthink too much that it will hurt us, and our mental pressure will be increased, and we will not be stable uh, mentally, I can say. And as you mentioned, we need to do things uh, by focusing on one thing. So it is really important, we need to focus on one thing, so that our mind doesn't get distracted. So yeah, focusing on one thing and doing one thing at the same time, and not thinking about other thing, is very important when you are doing work, I can say. Yeah, thank you for that, Ritika. Yeah, I think we can close this session. Thank you everyone for contributing. Yeah, I think.
Thank you, Sukesh. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Yeah. Thank you, Sukesh. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.